Investing in real estate with your VA loan. This is probably one of the least talked about topics in the military community, especially if you're active duty and you're trying to find ways on how to leverage your VA loan to build wealth through homeownership. Let's face it, the military is a great starting point, but it's not going to make you rich. You need to do things outside of the military that will build wealth, and it's very hard to do if you're active, right? I spent 9 years as an Army infantryman. I understand mission, training, deployments, having to be there and be away. Your mind is not focused on building wealth. Your mind is focused on the mission. How do you accomplish it? How do you take care of your fucking soldiers? How do you accomplish the next task at hand? And what they don't teach us is how to set ourselves up for after we get out of the military. It's no secret that once you're done with the military, as the Army song says, the Army keeps rolling along, and it sure as shit does. And this is the education information I wish we would have got when we were in to prepare ourselves when we got out. But if you're like me, you're one of the GWAT era veterans, this was not the focus, but here I am to give you the education information that we should have got when we were in. First and foremost, your VA loan is the best benefit earned through service. Yes, there's your disability income. Yes, there's your GI Bill. There's so many other things that really make it beneficial to raise your right hand and serve our country, yet less than 1% of the population does. But what I personally did is I leveraged my VA loan to build wealth through real estate. Okay, and I didn't do this get rich quick scheme. I didn't do, I'm going to show you how to buy 55 homes in 55 days or whatever kind of crap is out there for our community. I did the standard approach that anybody could do, and extremely simple. So how did I do it? What did I do? So I bought my first home when I was a specialist in the military as an E4. I was 22 years old. I was getting ready to deploy to Afghanistan, and I already knew that I was on assignment to Germany. I was sat down in my platoon sergeant's office and told, Tarbit, you're fucking stupid. You shouldn't do this. Go cancel it. The Army's always going to give you a place to live. You don't need to worry about buying a home. I sat there. I really thought about it. And I said, hey, there's 5 military bases in our town. There's a lot of economy growing our town. I don't see this city disappearing anytime soon. And I think I'm always going to be able to rent it out. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't want to deal with that. Trust me, trust me, trust me. And I kind of went back and I was like, I don't think these guys really understand what they're talking about. And I joked that buying a home was the best dumb decision I did as an E4. I still own this home to this day. I'm actually sitting in here recording it. Fast forward 9 years later, let's talk about what's happened in the economy with this local home that I own. Prices have doubled. Rent has more than doubled. Everything has gone up. If I didn't buy this home when I did, I would not have been able to afford to move back to Colorado when I ETS'd. So I just want to put that into perspective. My mortgage is cheaper than I was paying for rent as an E4. That's why I ended up buying the home. And it's still cheaper than any other rent out there for the size home. I can rent this house out and cash flow $1,000 a month. And to boot, I'm sitting on over 6 figures of equity. This is the secret sauce with real estate. It's not get rich quick. It's buy, hold, and wait. All right, I've had my home for almost 9 years, and I'm sitting on over 6 figures of equity. I could tap into it, I can keep investing, or I can keep letting it grow. There's so much that can be done with it, right? But if we're just talking the standard conservative approach with building wealth through real estate, that's one example. When I PCS down to Georgia, I did the same method again because I can own multiple homes at a time with my VA loan. This is a big misconception. Veterans think, oh, I can only use it once, it's a one and done. Once I use it, it's gone forever and I'm saving it for my dream home. This is absolutely bullshit. You can own multiple homes at a time with your VA loan. So I bought a house when I was down at Georgia. Now I rent it out. Now I cash flow about $400 or $500 a month, and I'm sitting on about $60,000, $70,000 of equity with that home. This is the formula, especially if you're active duty. Buy a home at a duty station, PCS buy another home, PCS buy another home until you max out your VA benefits. Then you look at different loan programs. Maybe you start investing in different homes with different loan programs. And the other thing too that people don't talk about is how to buy a multifamily property with your VA loan. I often like to say if I could go back in time and restart, I would buy a multifamily property myself, whether that's a duplex, triplex, or quadplex, live in one unit and rent out the other. When I PCS, I would do this exact same thing. When I PCS, again, do this exact same thing. By the time you know it, you did 3 PCSs, you could have up to 6 to 12 units cash flowing. Again, if you're looking at doing 20 years in the military, and I was enlisted, the pension isn't that great, if I could just be honest with you. This will help set you up for success, whether you do 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, whatever the case may be. You really need to look at it from this perspective. So these are things that I wish I would have known and done from the beginning. Like I said, you can own multiple homes at a time with your VA loan. You could purchase multifamily property with your VA loan. A big thing you need to know is that the VA does not issue funds directly. This is a big misconception in the military community. They think they need to go to the VA loan, or they need to go to the VA for their VA loan, excuse me. That's not the case. Who is going to approve you for a VA loan is an approved, licensed mortgage institution. When you go to Google and you type in VA loans, unfortunately, the first people that pop up are not the VA. They may have something with veterans in their name or a military branch or things like that. They have absolutely nothing to do with the VA other than they are approved to write and approve funds for VA loans. Another thing that you need to be aware of is that the VA does not set interest rates for their VA loans. Interest rates are determined by the lender that you go through. So different lenders are going to offer you different rates with a different set of fees. This is something you need to be extremely cautious of. Some of these 1-800 numbers do not have your best interest in mind. They're going to show you that fancy rate, but what they're not going to show you is how much does it cost to get that rate. This is extremely deceptive when it comes to buying a home. So you need to know what you're looking at. The official document that you're going to be looking at is your loan estimate. This is going to have a breakdown of all the fees. The only fee that the lender can control is block alpha origination charges. All the other charges are out of our control. But there are some things that they do to be very deceptive. They may undercut the title fees. We don't know the title fees until the title company sends us their fees. If you're not familiar with the title company, is the best way I could describe it is they're transferring it from the seller's name into your name. Now, the prepaids or property tax and homeowners insurance are extremely critical to understand and know. Depending where you're buying a home, your homeowner's insurance policy may be way more than you think and that lender thinks. Perfect example, I'm in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Our homeowner's insurance has tripled in the past 5 years. Somebody who's not familiar with our area may be trying to quote you $1,000 a year for a homeowner's insurance policy, and I can tell you that may not even be near what you're actually going to get. So you really need to be cognizant of who you're hiring to help you with your home loan. Not everyone has your best interest in mind. Some people are going to try to undercut their fees to make it seem like they're giving you a better deal, when in fact, they may be lying about those fees, and at the end, they're just going to tell you, sorry, this is what it is. It's too late. And you know what? They're right, because you're not going to back out of a deal the day before you sign for your home, because that's going to put you at risk of lawsuit. You're going to lose your earnest money. You're going to lose your inspection. You're going to lose all these thousands of dollars. So please, please, please be careful when it comes to using your VA loan. I personally think that this is the best benefit earned through our service. I explained to you how I was able to build wealth through homeownership, just buying and holding real estate. There is no secret sauce to get rich quick, but if you play your cards right, you leverage the benefits given to you, you can set not only yourself up, but your family up for financial success in the future. If you'd like some more help, or if you would like help and information on how to do this the right way, please reach out to me. I'm a veteran passionate about giving us the education and information I wish we would have had during our time in service. Thank you so much.